What's going on YouTube? T-Movies here. Now, I'm actually doing this video live because it's been a while since I've done like a live video. Now, of course, the year has been pretty good when it came to TV shows and all. So now I'm going to be doing my top 20, not 10, top 20 anticipated new TV shows coming in the rest of the month, or the rest of the year, I should say. Now, granted, I'm talking about new TV shows, not returning shows. Like, as much as I'm excited for the return of Cobra Kai, as much as I'm excited for the return of, let's say, of Animaniacs and all, these are actually new shows that are premiering. So take that for granted. So anyway, here are my top 20 anticipated new shows of the rest of the year. All right. Coming in number 20, I'm gonna go with Head of the Class, which is which is an HBO Max sitcom, and it's based on the 1980s sitcom, and stands on a group of overachieving high school students who meet their greatest challenge: a teacher named Alicia Alves, who wants them to focus less on grades and more on experience in life. Now, this actually stars the girl from the recent reboot of One Day at a Time, the one who plays like the daughter in that. She's in this. I remember watching the original sitcom. It's a really good one. So look forward to see where they're gonna take this new one at. It is a multi-cam sitcom, so there's that too. So hopefully it'll be something decent. All right, coming in at number 9, I'm gonna go with BMF, which stands for Black Mafia Family. And it's inspired by the true story of two brothers who rose from the decaying streets of Southwest Detroit in the late 1980s and gave birth to one of the most influential crime families in this country. Demetrius Big Beach Flannery's charismatic leadership, Terry Southwest T Flannery's business acumen, and the fraternal partnership's vision beyond the drug trade and into the world of hip hop world render the brothers iconic on a global level. Now, this also stars Russell Hornsby. You also have Snoop Dogg supposed to be in this. Eminem is actually playing White Boy Rick, so there's that. This is a Star series, and the previews actually looks really decent. It is produced by 50 Cent, which I'm not. I rarely watch Power, so I can't really comment on that show. But this actually does look really intriguing. I admit, it does look like a kind of looks like The Sopranos meets Power, maybe. But does look really intriguing. So I'll give this one a go. All right, coming in at number 18, I'm going to go with the Amazon series The Wheel of Time, which is based on a series of books and follows Maureen, a member of the Aes Sedai. I can never pronounce some of these names, so my bad for butchering them. A powerful all-female organization of magic users. She takes a group of 5 young people on a journey around the world, believing one of the 5 might be the reincarnation of the dragon, a powerful individual to save the world or destroy it. Now, this is led by Rosamund Pike, and Amazon has been trying to find its maybe next Game of Thrones. Of course, we'll see if Lord of the Rings will be it. But while we wait for Lord of the Rings, looks like we got this show should focus on. It does sound intriguing. I'm always sucking for a new fantasy series, so hopefully this will be decent. All right. Coming in at number 17, I'm going to say, I'm going to go for another Amazon show called Daisy Jones and the Six. It follows a rock band in the 1970s from their rise in the LA music scene to becoming one of the most legendary bands in the world, and explores the reasons behind their split at the height of their success. It is based on a book of the same name, and it stars Riley Keough, who I've been a fan, like. Of course, she is the granddaughter of Elvis, so she has pretty much music background there. Sam Claflin's supposed to be in this. It sounds really interesting. A music-based drama series for Amazon. Sign me up there. All right. Coming in at number 16, I'm going to go with the reboot of The Wonder Years. The Wonder Years is set in the late 1960s and takes a nostalgic look at the Williamsons, a black middle class family in Montgomery, Alabama, through the point of view of a 12-year-old Dean, which of course is similar to the original Wonder Years that premiered like in the 1980s. And of course, Don Cheadle is actually the narrator. He's narrating the older version of Dean. You got Do a Hill for all you Psych fans. The trailers for this actually look pretty decent. Definitely has a bit of a Goldberg's vibe to it. Definitely has a bit of a Blackish vibe. I The Original Wonder Years is one of the most iconic shows of the 1980s. So is this as going to be good as the original? Maybe not. But hey, the original Wonder Years star Fred Savage is one of the producers on this, so take that for granted. All right, coming in at number 15, I'm going to go with the HBMX series DMZ. Now this is actually based on a DC comic, and in it, Alma, a medic, becomes a symbol of hope in a demon-rising Manhattan Island while trying to also find her lost son during the Second American Civil War. Now, this series is led by Rosario Dawson, who's pretty much become popular in the comic book genre, by the way. I mean, she, of course, did the voice of Wonder Woman once. She's been on Luke Cage. Uh, she, of course, I believe she was in the Lego Batman movie, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Sin City, obviously. So she's pretty much popular in that realm. This film. This show also stars Benjamin Bratt, from Law and Order fame. It does sound intriguing. A post-apocalyptic Civil War thing could be interesting. So could be cool, I guess. All right, coming in at number 14, I'm going to go with A League of Their Own for Amazon. The series, of course, follows brand new characters and begin with the formation of the league in 1943 and follows the league and its players as they fight to keep alive through close games, injuries, sexual awakenings, and road trips across the rapidly changing U.S. Now, this is led by Abby Jacobson, original League of Their Own star. Rosie O'Donnell's supposed to have a role in this. Of course, this is based on the classic 1992 Penny Marshall directed film of the same name. Obviously, Tom Hanks is not on this one. But hey, pretty cool that we literally got not one but two series this year that's based on a Tom Hanks film. We just had Turner Hooch, which just premiered on Disney Plus, and now this. Interesting. Wonder what's next? A Splash TV show? Who knows? Maybe a big TV show in the future. Definitely no Forrest Gump TV show. Please don't ever go that route. But anyway, I wonder is there someone going to say that there's no crime in baseball? I mean, you can't have a league of their own without using that iconic line. Nick Offerman is supposed to be in this too, so there's that. But anyway, I don't know if this is going to be as good as the original film, but I'll definitely give this one a benefit of doubt. It does sound intriguing. I like the cast members involved. So, I mean, you got Abby Jacobson, the Aussie Carden, who you might know from the Good Place fame. So, got some interesting cast members here. So, hopefully, it'll be decent. All right, number 13, I'm going to go with a horror route, and that is I Know What You Did Last Summer, another series for Amazon. 1 year after the failed car accident that haunted their graduation, a group of teens find themselves bound together by a dark secret and stalked by a brutal killer, and they are trying to piece together who's after them. And now, this is, of course, based on a book, which, of course, got turned into a film in 1997 with Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Felipe, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. I really quite like the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. That and Scream are two of the most essential horror slasher movies of of the 90s. So I mean, this could be. Of course, they did Perry I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a scary movie, so there's that too. But yeah, this series is led by Madison Eisman, who I'm becoming a fan of. She of course was in the Jumanji films. She's been in some other intriguing stuff lately. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to check this one out. It definitely sounds intriguing. I don't know. Hopefully, it'll be better than the sequel. That's for sure. But I'll give this one better now. I mean, a horror slasher TV show. I mean, will it be as good as the Scream show? Who knows? Of course, it's not the only slasher TV show coming out this year. By the way, I'm gonna get to another slasher show here in a bit. All right, coming in at number 12, I'm gonna go with Angeline. Now, this explores the identity of Los Angeles' mysterious billboard bombshell, Angeline. Now, this is actually a show that's been on the pipeline for a while. I'm not even sure if it's going to premiere this year. I mean, it could easily premiere maybe next year. Who knows? But this is a Peacock show, and Peacock has been doing pretty good with this series. I mean, the Saved by the Bell reboot was pretty decent. I quite like their Punky Brewster show. So maybe this could be another really interesting one. And now this also stars Abby Russell, and of course I've been like ever since her popping up on Shameless, I've been really wanting to see her do another show because of course she did end up pretty much leaving Shameless. I'm still a little disappointed that she did not pop up in the series finale. But hey, it's always like a given to see Abby Russell in anything. And by the way, I would say this right now, she looks so underrated. Like they did drop a trailer like sometime last year, and holy cow, Emmy Rossum looks so unrecognizable. I'm like, is that Fiona Gallagher from Shameless? Like, the makeup is interesting. I'm definitely interested to check this one out. I mean, if Emmy Rossum is in it, I'll just watch that thing in a hobby. I've been a fan of her for years, so yeah. All right, coming in at number 11. Now, they actually just dropped a trailer for this not so long ago, but it's a show called Yellow Jackets. It tells the narrative of a team of wildly talented high school girls, soccer players who become the survivors of a plane crash deep in the Ontario wilderness. The series chronicles their descent from a complicated but driven team to wearing cannibalistic clans, while also tracking the lives they have attempted to place back together nearly 25 years later. Now, this is led by Juliette Lewis as well as Melanie Lazuski as well as Christina Ricci. It has a bit of a Lord of the Flies Village vibe to it. It looks pretty bloody too. I mean, there are some really gory stuff in it. The series definitely looks interesting. I like the cast will survive, so sign me up with this one. Definitely looks like it could be really interesting. Now on to the top 10. Number 10, I'm going to go with The Shrink Next Door. Now, this is an Apple show, and it's about a psychiatrist who begins to implant himself into the life of one of his patients. Now, this is led by former Anchorman co-stars Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd, and those two play off each other really well. I mean, I just love them both in the Anchorman movies. So seeing them back together once again for a show like this could be interesting. You also got Catherine Hahn, coming off of playing Agatha on a WandaVision. She looks great in this. Casey Wilson from Happy Endings fame. Looks very like this is actually I believe this is actually based on a podcast if I'm not mistaken, or I know it's based on something. I think it was a podcast, but that aside, this show looks really interesting. A very different role for Will Ferrell because it's always nice to see him do more like serious. Now this is supposed to be more of a comedy, but it's not like those Will Ferrell comedies you'll see him in, such as Anchorman, Elf, etc. But when he does these type of films, he does them pretty well. So could be interesting. And Paul Rudd, come on, he's Paul Rudd. He's great in anything. All right. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with the ABC limited series Women of the Movement. Now, it is a 6-episode historical drama that is actually directed by Gina Prince Blythewood. And in it, it centers on Mamie Till Mobley, played by Adrienne Warren, who devoted her life to seeking justice for her son, Emmett Till, played by Space Jam New Legacy actor Cedric Joe. You also have Tona Perkins as Alma Carlin, aka Emmett's grandmother. It is inspired by the book Emmett Till, the murder that shocked the world and propelled the civil rights movements. Now, the previews for this, they did drop like a little tidbit preview. It looks interesting. They are actually doing a movie about this as well, which I believe is titled Till, which comes out sometime next year. But yeah, this definitely. I mean, what happened to that poor kid is uncalled for, and it's very tragic. I mean, it's probably going to be a hard watch. Why are they premiering this on ABC? Is a bit odd. Should be maybe on Hulu because the subject matter is not meant for network TV. But I don't know. We'll see how it'll be. But yeah, I think this definitely could be interesting to watch. It'll probably be hard to watch because if you saw what happened to the poor kid, you know how hard this can be. You know how hard this thing's gonna be to watch. But anyway. Number 8, I'm gonna go with another HBO Max series, and that is Gremlins: Secret of the Mogwai, which is an anime comedy fantasy which actually is a prequel to the classic Gremlins. And in it, the Grandma's Secret of the Mogwai will tell the story of how 10-year-old Sam Wing met Gizmo, a young Mogwai. I can never Mogwai. It will be written and executive produced by Taz Shan. And hey, Gremlins is obviously one of the most iconic horror films of the 1980s. I guess you consider horror, but anyway. Um, and this, like I said, this is a bit of a prequel to how to how he first met Gizmo, how Gizmo became who he was, and all. So yeah, I'm really curious to check this one out. Who knows if we're ever getting a Gremlins 3, but if we can't get into Gremlins 3, hey, Gremlins prequel could be a cool way to go. So we'll see how this will shape up. All right, coming in at number 7, I'm going to go with the Hulu series Why the Last Man. Based on the DC acclaimed series by Brian K. Vaughan, it traverses to a post-apocalyptic world in which a cataclysmic event decimates every mammal with a white Como stone. Before one cisgender man and his pet monkey, the series follows the survivors in this new world as they struggle with their efforts to restore what the lost and build something better. Now, they were of course supposed to do like a film version of this years ago. I believe Shia LaBeouf was attached at one point, but that never really came to fruition. But I guess the TV show is a cool way to go. Uh, you've got Diane Lane supposed to be in this. You've got Olivia Durham, but you got some really cool cast members in this one. But anyway, the series does look really cool. They of course dropped the trailer not so long ago. It looks intense. The aspect looks really cool. So sign me up with this one. Now, I never read the book, so I can't really comment on a graphic novel at all. All right, number 6, I'm going to go with Tokyo Vice. Set in the late 1990s, American journalist Jake Elderstein relocates to Tokyo to report on corruption within the Vice Squad. Now, this is from Heat director Michael Mann. Now, the show does star Ansel Elgort, who, okay. Of course, he does have West Side Story coming out, but if you guys know about the story behind Ansel Elgort lately, it makes me wonder if the show is like if the show's ever going to see the light of day. Because yeah, I guess it will have I guess it will make sense if to see how a West Side Story does, but we'll see what happens there. But anyway, this does sound interesting. I mean, you got Ken Watanabe is in this, so he's always good. Michael Mann is one heck of a filmmaker, so seeing him back, I mean, he has not really done movies since. Oh boy, actually, the last time Michael Mann has done a film was that Chris Hemsworth movie. Forgot the name. Where Chris Hemsworth was a hacker. That movie sucked so bad. But Tokyo Vice does sound intriguing. Makes me wonder if this is even going to come out this year or next year. But we'll see. All right. Coming in at number 5, I'm going to go with The Premise. Now, it's a half-hour show that is described as a collection of character-driven stories that challenge our shared morality, tales choosing art over argument, as it engages with the most relevant and meaningfully issues of the modern era. Now, this actually does feature famed Office star BJ Novak, who's actually hosting this. You got some interesting cast members like Tracy Ellis Ross supposed to be in this. You got some other loads of cast members on this. Lucas Hedges is supposed to be in this. I mean, what a cool cast list. The previews look really decent. Some of the Anthology stories sounds really funny. Like there's a sex tape story that sounds intriguing. There's some other interesting ones that sounds cool. So Samio, now this is supposed to premiere both on Hulu and FX if I'm not mistaken. So keep your eye out for that. All right, number 4, speaking of Hulu, is another Hulu show called Dope Sick, which focuses on the epicenter of America's struggle with opioid addiction across the U.S. Now, this, of course, is led by Michael Keaton. You got, another show with Rosario Dawson in it, so Rosario Dawson is also in this. You also got Will Poulter, Caitlin Dever. I mean, this show looks really intriguing. You know, there is so many stories about the opioid crisis. Like we just had a movie called Crisis that had Army Hammer in it. Now this. So yeah, I mean, that is very it's a very serious addiction there. But I'm definitely looking forward to check this one out. It does look intriguing. So sign me up. And hey, Mike Ken and anything is always given. All right. Coming in at number three, I'm gonna go with Cowboy Bebop. Now, this is of course based on the '90s anime series. They of course just announced that it will be premiering on November 17th, so keep your eye out for that. You of course got John Shows in this. It definitely sounds interesting. Of course, live like movies or even series based on animes don't usually pan out so well. So we'll see how this turns out. Hopefully, we get a trailer and the trailer will blow us away, but we'll see. Now, I remember watching Cowboy Bebop one time. It's definitely one of my favorite animes there is. The Cowboy Bebop movie is pretty cool too. So I don't know. Maybe this does well. We'll see like a live action version of the Cowboy Bebop film. How cool would that be? But anyway, number two, I'm gonna go with Hawkeye, which of course comes to Disney Plus. Uh, Now I was gonna add Miss Marvel, but it turned like, of course, not so long ago it was just announced that Miss Marvel might not come out until 2022. So that's why Miss Marvel is not in my list. But anyway, I mean, after WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, and most recent, What If, Disney Plus and Marvel has been killing it with their shows. And I mean, we are getting, of course, Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. Florence Pugh, after seeing the ending of Black Widow, makes me more excited to see Florence Pugh in this. Jeremy Renner coming back as Cliff Barnes should be interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out this Hawkeye series. I mean, I always thought that Hawkeye spinoff sounded weird, but hey, maybe this will work. Who knows? And of course, if you guys don't know, they are setting up this Young Avengers, so hence why Haley Steinfeld and Kate Bishop is in this. So we'll see how good Haley Steinfeld will be because she's Haley Steinfeld. I'm sure she's gonna crush as Kate Bishop. But anyway, all right. Now, my number one anticipated TV show premiering in 2021 is, of course, the Chucky series. I mean, I'm a Chucky fan. I've been a Chucky fan all my life, and this Chucky show looks so good. You know, if you guys don't know much about the story, it's where this vintage Chucky doll turns up at a suburban yard sale, and this American town is thrown into chaos as a series of horrifying murders begin to expose the town's hypocrisy and secrets. And the arrival of enemies and allies for Chucky's past strategy exposes the truth behind the killings, as well as the demon doll's untold origins as a seemingly ordinary child who somehow became this notorious monster. So this is also going to show like how Charles Lee Ray became who he was before he got into the Chucky doll. We are getting past Chucky characters like Andy's supposed to be in this, Kyle's supposed to be in this, Jennifer Tilly's coming back as Tiffany. We're getting some newcomers in this. So yeah, I'm so much excited, super hyped for this Chucky series. Despite going to the Sci-Fi Network and USA, it is gonna be fully R-rated. Like there is gonna be cursing, there is gonna be gore. So yeah, they're gonna go all out with the Chucky series, and hopefully it'll be something that they said. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 20, Head of the Class. 19, Black Mafia Family. 18, The Wheel of Time. 17, Daisy Jones and the Sex. 16, The Wonder Years. 15, DMZ. 14, A League of Their Own. 13, I Know What You Did Last Summer. 12, Angeline. 11, Yellow Jackets. 10, The Shrink Next Door. 9, Women of the Movement. 8, Gremlins, Secret of the Mogwai. 7, Why the Last Man. 6, Tokyo Vice. 5, The Premise. 4, Dope Stick. 3, Cowboy Bebop. 2, Hawkeye. And number 1, Chucky. Now, there's other shows that are coming out as well, like like I said, that that Miss Marvel show's probably not going to come out until next year. I mean, there are some other shows I wanted to add, but like the American Gigolo series that's coming, but most shows are probably not going to be coming out until 2022. So that's why they're not on this list. Um, but there are some other interesting ones. Out there like the Doogie Howser series. Sounds interesting. That show Made that's coming with Mark Crawley. That sounds intriguing. So there's some other intriguing shows that could be interesting to watch. I'll just keep an eye out for. But anyway, let me lead you guys. Which of these what are some of your anticipated shows coming in the rest of the year? Which of the shows that's in my list are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to a show that's not in my list? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simu signing.